The Colorado River services 40 million people across 7 states and 2 states in Mexico. The states are Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming, Arizona, California, and Nevada. It is the most endangered river in the world. Its value is $1.4 trillion, and it irrigates 5.5 million acres of farmland. This is according to ABC News. 6% of that is residential use. 8% is commercial use. A whopping 86% is used for irrigating farmland in Arizona. The Navajo Nation encompasses Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah, all of the states that are inside where the Colorado River services. The Colorado River actually runs along the border of the Navajo Nation. You can go to the border of the Navajo Nation and actually touch the river as it goes by. It is the literal border. And yet, they have no access to this water. They are not allowed to use this water. 30% of this large nation, which is 173,000 Navajo, are not allowed to use this water. So 52,000 people, especially in your rural areas of the Navajo Nation, have zero access. The Supreme Court case of the Treaty of 1868 was just brought forward to the Supreme Court, who decided that even though the federal government gave the Navajo land in this treaty, they did not provide for a water resource, even though the resource is right next to them. Brett Kavanaugh decided the case. He wrote most of the decision and said that they would not be overturning a 155-year-old treaty. And according to the Navajo Nation, they are putting a pipeline into place, but there's bureaucracy and property rights. What's not known necessarily about the Navajo Nation is that the Hopi Nation is actually inside the Navajo Nation, because they're in a blood feud. They are enemies. The government did this on purpose. To give you some context, your average Utahn will use 242 gallons of water a day. Your average Navajo will use 1 gallon, and that's to brush your teeth, it's to do your dishes, it's to wash your clothes, it's to get clean. In order for them to have a significant impact on their water, they need to provide $700 million for that infrastructure. Why do we need government assistance? Our warriors, spiritual leaders, artists, political leaders, mothers, brothers, fathers, cousins, children, were all moved from their historic homelands. They were starved, they were murdered, they were given blankets with smallpox. They were marched thousands of miles in some cases. These particular Navajos were given a barren land. There were 4 wells on it, 3 of which have already dried up. The water pipeline is going to take years. They've been working on it since 2017. According to the USO, over the last 200 years, the indigenous have participated in every single war, from the Revolutionary War to Normandy, to Korea, to Vietnam. Well, our blood is in Japan. Our blood is in Desert Storm, in Afghanistan. And yet we have no access to water. I'm Tlingit. The Navajo tribe are my cousins. My very dear friend is a Navajo weaver. She's the last of her kind. She takes organic wool and she spins it. She uses the water for her organic dyes that she puts into every single blanket, every horse blanket, every rug. We're in danger of losing this artist. This is also the land of the Navajo code talkers. None of the indigenous here have any other alliances. This is the land we've defended since day one. When you look at Thanksgiving as the first time that we were able to provide something to the people that were settling here, food, water, agriculture. We taught them how to do everything. We even taught them how to bathe, because in their countries where they came from, they didn't have a sewer system. You would go into the water and you would get dysentery, you would get cholera, you would get diarrhea. When COVID happened, personal protection was requested from the government by the tribes, and they sent body bags and toe tags. According to NBC News, sludge is coming out of all the pipes. Your sink, your bathtub. It's important for us to preserve this Navajo Nation the way they protected us. It's our American legacy to protect this nation. I will actually include a link to a GoFundMe page if you would like to participate. Can you push the button? Please click the link, and if you can share, please share. If you can donate some money, we would all really appreciate it.